Fine. It sounds shady, but no risk, no reward. Yeah, nothing venture,
Sounds
nothing
shady.
gained.
Oh,
Dole Whip was perhaps the most influential aristocrat in the country.
Dole Whip.
She accepted her punishment. Please speak no more of it.
We're moving into uncharted territory.
Uncharted water.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we left off like at the end of the anime, right?
We did. So we still had the conversation with Rei and Minaria.
Yeah.
And then we still had the the conversation with Rei and Claire was different. It was in the bedroom and
Let
not
me go turn
in
off
the
my phone call. That this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we had the conversation still with Rei and Claire, and that was very different than the anime. But yeah, that's basically where we left off. So we are finally going to be turning away from the anime and getting into the new stuff, which I'm super excited about. I know you're super excited about too.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot happened. You know, we had again the branch happen, and then we had Minaria losing. But whatever, it's fine. You know, she's a winner. Okay, she's gonna go back now and take the throne and come back and, you know, do whatever she wants to do. I don't feel like this is the last time we've seen her, considering that this is like, what, 5 volumes or something like that? So, yeah, I feel like we'll see her again. It might be some time, but I feel like we will see her again.
Yeah. And people were saying, like, that there's an explanation to what happened with her.
It's true.
There's more to it, at least.
There's more to the story than meets the eye.
Yeah, so there must be more in the story about her.
There has to be.
Yeah.
We just have to have Jenni patiently wait for her return. Oh, darn. But in the meantime, we're going to read some comments, and then we're going to do some reading.
Yeah.
So we have here, Michaela. I like the way the ending of the arc plays out in the novel way more than the anime. Unlike the totally comedic tone of the show, this feels a lot more dramatic. Rei and Claire's personality quirks are ridiculous, but their love is real.
Aww.
I also like that because this is the beginning of a book instead of the end of a season. It feels like our ladies are being set up with their characters' journeys for the next few chapters. Rei must learn not to run away and treat her feelings as worth fighting for, and Claire must learn how to respond to those feelings. This next arc is mostly pure fun with just a hint of drama. Hope you like it.
Yeah.
I like a hint of drama.
I like the way that you put that. Like, obviously we haven't read the light novel before, and maybe you have, well, it sounds like you have. But yeah, that's true that this is less of comedic, and that helps to put the anime part of the story into perspective, that it was leading up to this part to come. And so, yeah, that makes sense.
Michaela again. There's a brief scene exclusion to the manga where Stain confronts Rei about the duel and the way she was trying to set him and Claire. It doesn't really add much, but I appreciate that it gives some closure to the plot, as Stain doesn't really have much to do from now on. Plus, he tells Rei that he's admired her boldness, which is an interesting bit of characterization.
Yeah, he admired her boldness.
And we have another here from Michaela. My response to why love Minaria when she's so manipulative question: if evil, why hot? I rest my case. That's you right
that's
there.
all.
Yeah. We have Jenner's the harmonic player. If you want jealousy, you'll just need to read one more chapter for that. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Logan King, 3788. Thank you. You're welcome. Blue Butterfly. The core of who Rei is the character is the reality of what it's like to grow up in modern Japan as a lesbian. Another part is that there's already been stated that Rei's love life in the past life did not go well for her. I'm under the impression that by the time she met Claire, she'd already given up on finding a requited love. At first, the way she acts seems like some weird, at times off-putting comedy bit, and then you actually start to learn about who she is, and you realize it's not just a bit, it's a defense mechanism, because this girl has been hurt who knows how many times. Claire isn't in much better position. She's grown up and lived in a setting largely inspired by the medieval Europe, with magic and some conspicuously out-of-place touches of Japanese culture.
Suspiciously.
Right?
Or conspicuously.
Yeah.
And it said she isn't in a much better position, just to be clear. Because
she knows how her society largely views those who are not heterosexual. She shared that prejudice when she first met Rei, and on top of that, she's a noble and Rei is a commoner. And that kind of relationship also comes with its own stigma and challenges. So Claire has a lot to work through on her end, and she's only just accepted Rei's feelings and started to seriously consider her as a romantic partner. The chapter ended with Rei still expressing skepticism that Claire likes her, so now it's on Claire to work on how she feels and get that across to Rei.
Can you put the light on a little more?
It hurts my eyes.
Oh no.
I know, my eyes are precious.
I know they are precious, but did you put it up a little?
I did.
Okay.
Then we have Ginger Cats.
Do you want me to read one of them? This one?
The one at the bottom.
Okay.
There is more to the story as to why Rey was acting the way she was. You'll get a glimpse of her past life and how it has had a tremendous effect on Rey in the new life. Manaria's visit was kick up the arse bottom. Oh, I say arse all the time, so I know what that one means. That Rey needs in her relationship with Claire. You see a change in Rey and how she's with Claire because of Manaria.
Yeah.
I feel Rey quitting and leaving Claire, I like leaving, Claire was a kick up the arse Claire's needed to finally start truly thinking about her feelings for Rey. It seems to be hinted at during Claire's talk with Manaria. It comes out a bit after Rey wins. With
Claire's
Misha.
talk with Misha.
Yeah, Misha. Will we see Manaria again? Manaria, I'll be back when my beloved Rey needs me most and soon. I do wonder if Manaria's relationship with her maid was one-sided as well as we're told. We only have Rey's comments on this. Wait until you meet Lily. Who's Lily? And when did we meet her? You put a winky face. Glad you like the puns. It's the least I can do, but need to be careful or I'll end up toast. That would be crummy way to go.
Oh my goodness.
I appreciate it. Let's see here. Love watching your reactions and how you involve your viewers by reading the comments.
Yeah.
Yes, bread puns. I'll stop raising the buns for now while I'm on a roll.
If you didn't read this comment and you're just listening to us read
I should have had you read that. That would have been fun.
You need to read because I think that like just hearing it, you might miss some of the puns. So definitely if you're
you
just
need
listening
to.
I'm surrounded by pun makers. Pun makers.
I can also be in a roll too.
Yeah. The next one is by
She's just done.
Let's just keep going. MJ Joslyn Gut and it asks, hi, can you tell us when you are going to do blank the series last episode?
It's out.
It's out at time by the time this is out.
Yeah, it's out.
That is out.
It is out.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, puns.
Yes.
So wonderful.
Yeah, and if you all are wondering when things are coming out, definitely keep an eye on our
our schedule.
Community section.
Our community schedule.
I mean, I don't make schedules every week, but I do my best.
Almost every week.
Yeah, almost every week. Yeah.
All right, kick back and relax because it is now going to be time to oscillate this fan so it doesn't keep blowing.
Let me get my water. Do I have even some water? Whoops, I just banged that.
I don't know. Do you have water?
No.
I have a bunch of water.
Okay. I'm not gonna fill it up. I think the filter's empty right now. Anyway.
I'm so excited we got it's chapter 5. I'm happy we got past that chapter 4 because that was lengthy. Okay, because we're on page 67 now. That's quite some time to be on a chapter. Holiday or school holiday.
Should we put this over here?
Oh, everyone's favorite voice.
Oh,
what are you all doing over break?
Hold on, let me put my chair up a little. Not that I can't like do that and listen, but I thought it might be distracting.
Rod Academy nights meeting soon after. You are not taller than me. Let's see. We did get free tickets on Foundation Day Festival. I wonder how many people are actually going to use them. I'm going home for the holidays. Misha said indifferently. Misha's so indifferent to everything.
Right.
I'm going to a beach resort, so I won't be using tickets either, Claire declared. Let's see. I guess that means I don't have to ask you, Rey. Yes, I'll be with Miss Claire.
Of course.
Wherever Claire went, I followed. The usual strategy in Revolution was for the main character to use their tickets on a specific or special event today, thereby unlocking some images from the gallery. But I didn't care about any of that. That leaves just 3 of us, Rod said, clearly disappointed. That's boring, you shrugged. Dane said nothing, looking uninterested. He can't even bother to speak. Bro's like, you know what? I don't care.
I don't care.
I didn't even get my closure in the book. You had to go find that special thing that Michaela told us about to be able to find some closure for poor Thane.
Oh, Thane.
Let's see. Why don't you invite someone to join you? No aristocrat would turn down the royal family. That's true, but if we invite someone, it becomes a whole political thing.
Oh.
That makes sense. Aristocrats weren't vying for the throne. They were formed factions and engaged in power struggles all the same, including their royal family's favor. Well, be this as it may, I hope none of you have forgotten your duties during the holiday or the students. Rod asked, our duties? I couldn't think of what he meant.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Come on, Rey, did you forget? Oh, this is so weird to hear Claire to call her Rey.
Right?
Goodness gracious.
In uncharted territories now. She's
such
calling her
disappointing
Rey.
behavior from my servant. Oh! Not girlfriend, though.
Oh.
Servant. Claire said hanging on her head. Ray, he's talking about Undead Hunt.
Oh.
Misha explained. I finally
Undead
remembered.
Hunt?
The Undead Hunt, officially known as the Undead Sending, took place every summer at the Academy. Come summertime, undead tended to appear. Oh, that's wonderful. And the Academy students were duty-bound to exterminate the certain number. Revolution included an incident where a group of undead showed up within the castle, but it hadn't happened in this reality yet, and it wouldn't. I'd make sure of it. Why the sour voice, Claire? I dislike the term undead hunt. It's insufferably unrespectful for those who...
Oh, good.
Sorry?
I was like, is she scared?
Well, okay, we know that Clara doesn't like ghosts.
Right?
But ghosts and undead are two different things.
That's true.
Right? A ghost is like more of like a spirit. It's insufferably respectful to those who have passed. It is very not respectful, yeah, I agree. Claire picked up strange things to get serious about. This was a bit hard for me to understand, coming from a more scientifically advanced and secular world, but it made me respect you even more. That the undead sending sounds unpleasant too. Only the clergy uses that term now.
Oh.
That may be, but Ray, say something! Claire was fine relying on me. I didn't want to let her down.
Aww.
Do you mean like in Oban? What in the world is that? A festival a festival that we have back where I come from. We don't have the faintest idea of what you're talking about. Well, that made sense. In case, why don't we go for something simpler? Oh, that might work, Claire agreed. Let's see. An entirely new phrase will be hard to remember, but we could modify the original. Rob was on board too. So it came that we decided to re-Christian the undead sending simply as the sending.
Oh, the sending.
Okay. Let's see. Who is the... yeah, probably. I mean, it's gonna be Rod at this point, okay? Moving on. I don't expect the Academy Knights to fall behind, but letting your guard down could prove fatal. Stay on your toes during the sending. I'm not about to be defeated by some undead. Claire put a brave smile on her face, however... But Miss Claire, I thought you were afraid of... We're not talking about ghosts! These are undead... Ah! So that's true. She's afraid of ghosts, not undead.
Oh.
That's okay. They are different, like I said.
Aww.
These are undead! Claire shrieked before I finished my sentence. Adorable.
Oh.
Ray, you protect Claire. Rod directed. Leave it to me. What do you mean, Master Rod? I'm really not afraid of... Maybe we should tell some of the ghost stories to set the mood? You interrupted us teasingly. Long ago, there lived a young priest who excommunicated from the church. That reminds me, Misha, where do your parents live? Claire forced a change of subject, and you chuckled to himself. I'm the only one who gets to play with Claire, you jerk. Oh!
Getting a little possessive here.
I thought.
Uh-huh.
Elucid.
Oh, she just thought that. She didn't say it.
It's a port town from the capital. Ray's from there too. Well, yeah, she thought that.
Okay. Got you. I thought she said that. I was like, what?
I mean, if she did, I'd be like, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be that surprised, but I was a little bit because it's Prince Yu.
Oh, what a coincidence. The Francois estate is elusive as well. This wasn't a coincidence, obviously. It was a deliberate decision on the part of the game writers. Misha was the player's character's childhood friend because they came from the same town, and the Francois estate was located there, so the main character could continue to be bullied by Claire if she chose to go home or to break. In that case, Claire continued, you should journey with us. My carriage has plenty of room for one more. I couldn't possibly impose, Misha said. What? You won't ride my carriage? Claire frowned. I couldn't tell if she was generally put off or just being mean. Maybe she couldn't bring herself to say directly that she wanted to ride with Misha. That sounds fun, Rod said suddenly. Boys, shall we go to the Elucid too? We can't, brother. Elucid's too far. We have affairs of state to attend to. The princess couldn't even travel too far from the capital. Ugh, boring. Rod pouted like a child. Well, it can't be helped. I suppose we'll enjoy our separate holidays and ward off the undead while we're at it. I'll say it one more time. Don't let your guard down. God, I was waiting for like the laugh. I was just kind of like, eventually she's gonna start laughing because the Rod voice is everywhere. We didn't have it the last few times.
No, we didn't.
Miss Claire, what is it now, Ray? I gathered Claire's things and smiled. Let's enjoy the holidays. What's with that look? She said. I couldn't help giving her another sidelong glance. She was apprehensive, but my heart was all delight. With vacation around the corner, there was spring in my steps as I walked through the town. The sun was getting hotter, and I could really feel the summer coming. Where are you going? My beloved Claire asked me. I was holding a parasol over to protect her pearly white skin from the sun. I need to take care of some minor business before we leave. Minor business? It's really small. It's like, I want to nip some things in the bud before they can become a problem. I don't understand.
Stuff she knows from the game.
Claire cocked her head to the side, looking confused. It was just unfair how cute she was, really. Anyway, I said, you've never accompanied me on a personal errand before. Why the interest now? Nothing. No particular reason. I just wanted to get some fresh air. Claire said as she put her nose in the air and turned her head away. Wait, was she in a bad mood? But Miss Claire, you don't like the heat or the sun. I really had no idea why Claire, who was twice as spoiled as any person alive, had decided totally out of her own accord to accompany me out of the blazing summer heat. Give it up. Ugh, just hoping to come what you came to do. Oh, maybe she's just in a mood today. Her mood swings could be as capricious as a cat's. After all, as for me, I was just thrilled to spend more time with Claire, so I resolved on thinking anything deeper about it. And where are we going? We're almost here. As I come in, you stop in front of a building. Tool Trading Company. What are you buying here? Claire asked, reading the name of the sign. I'm not buying anything. I just need to talk to the shop owner about something. Well, let's go inside then. It's too hot out here. That's why I said you should wait at the academy. Hurry up! Yes. I follow Claire into the shop. Let's see here. I don't know. Okay. Welcome. Oh my, Miss Claire. What would ever bring you to a place like this? This kindly-looking shopkeeper grew flustered the moment he saw Claire. His name was Hans, and he owned and managed the tool trading company on his own. It wasn't a small company, but it wasn't large either. And so it's like, not small, but no, it's just right.
Medium size.
It's just right size. He'd probably never been, Claire had probably, oh wait. But it wasn't large either, and he'd probably never been patronized by someone of Claire's status. We are not attending to my business. Go on, Ray. Hurry up and do what you came to do, Claire said with an utter lack of interest as she sank onto a sofa in the corner of the store. Hello, Hans. Hello, Ray. That's certainly a surprise. Is the first time Miss Claire has joined you? Yes. It seems she was simply in the mood to come with me today. Well then, what sort of proposal do you bring to me today? With those words, Hans' demeanor transformed from a gentle father to strictly business.
Ooh.
In the game, Hans was the merchant NPC who sold items from the main character. In this reality, we had a business relationship that had proved quite fruitful. He'd helped me procure the ingredients I needed for a new gourmet menu items, and he also helped me negotiate the sale of the recipes to gourmet.
He's like the Crack Knuckles.
Unfortunately, I've come to you today to ask you to squash a business deal. Huh? He looked puzzled. I have a hunch you've heard rumors about a new magical tool. What do you mean? Hans tilted his head. Playing dumb won't work on me. The magical tool I'm talking about can supposedly bring the dead to life. Ring any bells? Well, I didn't really think I could fool you, Ray. Hans threw his both hands in the air. You're right. I have heard of it. It's not cheap, so I was still pondering whether or not to stock it. Please don't. Can I ask why? Hans asked, raising an eyebrow. That magical tool, it's fake. How do you know that? I can't tell you, but if you try to profit from it, you lose a great deal of money. Well, I mean, that's a great way to get him not to be interested. Hans sat there pondering my insistence as well as my unwillingness to offer proof. I'd already brought him some excellent business opportunities by my way of knowledge of the game, so he had no reason to trust my word. The magical tool in question actually turned the dead into undead. In the game, an aristocrat of lower status brought the tool from Hans and used it. As a result, the grave of an aristocrat's daughter became the nest of the undead. The aristocrats were enraged that Hans' business was ruined. It was part of the undead hunt chapter of the game. But for my part, I wanted to avoid such tragedy happening in the first place. That's sweet, and also really good for her to do that, too.
Yeah.
As coming from everyone else, I would chase them out of my shop right now. But you've never been wrong before, Ray. Of course not. I'm not asking you to surrender this business opportunity for free. I have a tip for you. Of course you do. Hans smiled. There will soon be growing demand for weaponry and armor, and it has to be kept discreet. Well, that sounds dangerous. Are we going to war? Hans looked at me with inquisitive eyes. No, but something like that. And you won't tell me how you know this, right? I'm afraid not. You have to decide if you trust me or not. Hans looked deep in thought for some time, and finally he let out a big sigh. Okay, I'll pass on the magical tool, but please just tell me one thing. What is it? These underground demands for weaponry, will it be safe to supply them? Hans had a sharp look in his eye. He was testing me. As a merchant, you should be fine. As a person, that would depend on your own personal beliefs, I answered. Hans let a grunt, indicating he understood. Fine. It sounds shady, but no risk, no reward. Yeah, nothing ventured, nothing gained. That does sound awfully shady. But it sounds like the better opportunity for him. I mean, otherwise his business would go, pew!
Yeah, that.
Okay, let's see here. His expression softened. Really, Ray? What are you? Every time you come by, it's like you're telling me the future. I have no comment.
No
yeah,
comment.
I bet you do. But be careful, Ray.
Right?
If
I
I'm
bet
willing
you
to make
don't,
money at
that's
any
right.
cost, I might be tempted to take you prisoner. He said those terrifying words so casually.
Uh-huh.
You know that I'm a dual caster. Of course, I wouldn't do it alone. I could hire someone to procure a magical sealing tool. At a point.
He has it planned out.
I'll keep my threats to a minimum today, but don't forget
no.
how valuable you are and how it makes you more likely to attract misfortune. I mean, that's not foreboding or anything.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Sound effect. Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. Please do. Hans said, give me a little smile. Are you finished yet? Claire called out, seeing her conversation turn lighter. Yes, for now. Thank you for your time, Hans. Sure. Please come again. Goodbye. I followed Claire out of the shop. Well, we still have a great deal of time before curfew. Curfew, said Claire. I'm hungry. Shall we go back to the dormitories? I can make you something, I said as I pulled out Claire's parasol. So insensitive. What? Oh, nothing. Yes, let's go back. We'll just go back. She will not go out and have dinner with her. Frey! I'm just saying. Miss Claire, your skin will burn. It's fine. Who cares?
Oh, no.
It's not fine, Miss Claire. What if your beautiful complexion is ruined? I rushed to catch up, holding an umbrella for her, but she stopped in her tracks. What? Would that make you hate me? Never, I answered with hesitation. Even though I had no idea what she was getting at, I could never hate her. I see. Claire looked conflicted for some reason. What was up with her today? Miss Claire, you're not quite yourself today. And whose fault do you think that is? Let's hurry back. Once at the academy, you will make me creme brulee. Oh, and now it seems she's back to normal? After all the effort to go out. Oh, poor Claire, she muttered. What did you say? I said it's all your fault. She stuck her tongue out at me. I didn't know what was going on. I did know this. Claire was as cute as ever. She's trying to like go have dinner with you, and you're just like, this is fine.
You're just cute.
It's like that meme with that guy usually with the butterfly. Is this a date? Or asking out? Like, just...
Right.
I mean, yeah. I've been on this world for almost 6 months, and I still really missed cars. I was jotting along horse-drawn carriages en route to the Francois Villa, accompanied by Claire, Misha, Dole, Claire. Wait, what? Oh, Claire and I were in the seat behind the driver, while Dole and Misha were in the back. There had been some fuss about the seating arrangements, but Claire got her way in the end. Let's see. And then I said, you lie. The kingdom would fall apart without the nobility of the propped up. Dole, the Minister of Finance, was waving his hand around dramatically.
Dole,
We've been traveling for half a day. No, I just feel like Dole, like the fruit Dole.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip! You will now be known as Dole Whip! And hadn't stopped talking the entire time. Father, we've already heard that story. How many times are you to tell it? Have you? Well then, I'll tell you a different story that happened the night after Claire was born.
Oh,
Dole Whip was perhaps the most influential aristocrat in the country.
Dole Whip every time.
Only to the royal family. If he wanted to talk, there were very few who dare interrupt him. Claire might, but etiquette made it difficult for her to talk with her father, too. The best she could do was just redirect him when he took a breath here and there. Almost everything Dole had to say was to boast about his own achievements. As the Minister of Finance, he basically held the purse strings of the entire country.
Ooh,
no legislation introduced by politicians or bureaucrats could get off ground without Dole's approval. He played a part of his establishment of every administrative policy, and therefore saw them as his own achievements. Claire, you are still so young and a woman, so you may not understand. But politics don't conform to ideals. Claire said vaguely. She looked at me as if I begging me to save her. Master Dole, what Miss Claire's like when she was little? She was just an angel, the most adorable being in existence. I cast out the bait and Dole took it, hook, line, and sinker. He proceeded to ramble on detail about Claire's childhood, looking delighted.
Very smart, Ray.
Except you can't tell when a girl wants to go to have dinner with you.
I
felt a poke in my side. It was Misha. How can you speak directly to Master Dole? Why not? He's my future father-in-law!
Of course!
And how can you joke about something like that? Misha sighed. She looked exhausted. As a former aristocrat, unlike me, she couldn't help feel under the pressure in Dole's presence. Well, Dole said, I permit this commoner to speak with me because Claire permits her presence. Otherwise, we would never ever be in the same carriage. I'm very grateful for your generosity, your excellency, and Miss Claire. Dole Whip seemed satisfied with my help.
I can't, man. Dole Whip. You just randomly throw it in there.
Claire, you've been quite friendly with this commoner, haven't you? What a turn of events. You started off hating her so much. I have no intentions of being friends with her. Claire, your heart is too gentle for an aristocrat. Be careful from whom you show compassion, Dole Whip said bluntly.
Okay. So, by the way, like, because I know we have people who listen to us from all over the world who might not know what Dole Whip is. Or Dole in general.
It's delicious.
So, Dole is a company that makes, like, the first thing I had known about them making was those fruit cups, right?
Me too.
Yeah.
You know they make vegetables now?
They make what?
They have, like, vegetable bags now, too, I think.
Vegetable bags. So they make these like little fruit cups, and they have like diced fruits in them for like a little snack that you kind of like in like a pudding cup kind of thing, where you like pull the top off and then you just eat the fruit, and it has some kind of like that's what I was gonna say, some kind of juice in it too.
You gotta drink the juice
because it's very sweet. It's like the fruit is even sweetened by the juice.
Yeah.
So this company, they make something called Dole Whip.
Oh my god,
right?
It's so good.
And Dole Whip, and the first place that I had seen it, and it was like I'd seen it popularized was Disney, because we're in like Central Florida near Disney World, and so going to Disney, they have Dole Whip, which is like a soft serve ice cream, and the most common flavor is pineapple, and they take it and they like swirl it like soft serve ice cream. And, but it's dairy-free. It's made out of, usually pineapple, but they have other flavors, too. They have vanilla.
The vanilla and pineapple is the best.
I think they have mango, right?
Mango good, too.
Do we have strawberry? Strawberry, too, I believe. So now it started just as a pineapple thing, and even, like, Disney and some of the products they have that's, like, branded, is, like, has the Dole Whip, like the purses that they have from Loungefly, they have a Dole Whip. I don't know specifically because I haven't bought any, but like it could be like a backpack, a cute backpack with like Mickey ears or Minnie ears or something, and it has like Dole Whip on it, or like a bunch of like Disney desserts, like the ice cream with the Mickey ears. Yeah, so that's Dole Whip.
It's delicious.
And then his name is Dole, so that's why it's like that mental connection of Dole Whip.
Otherwise, history will repeat itself, just like that trader, the Linnaeus Arjoisians. I don't know how to say their name.
Whose?
This is Linnaeus family. He's basically telling her, don't be like too
Arso?
The Arso and father.
It's my guess.
After all those years, she turned out nothing but a disgusting.
Wait, what did he say?
I can't say that. Probably. She
She
turned about to nothing but a disgusting paper bag. She should have been executed for conspiring with our enemies. Whoa! So basically, he called Lene something really bad.
Like a derogatory.
It rhymes with poor. That's the best way I can say it. Like a pore on your face.
Okay.
Not that!
I don't know what you just said. Oh, like you have a facial pore? I thought you meant like people who don't have money.
No! Like a pore!
I was like, what? Okay,
Anyway.
we just made it like worse than it would have been if you had just said the unfortunate word.
Well, I can't say the unfortunate word.
Okay.
It's too mature.
It's. I mean, it's in the book, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Claire looked like she's about to explode. This wouldn't do. I need to change the topic again, but...
I mean, it's serious. I think I'm, like, laughing because it's, like, one of those serious moments that you kind of don't know how to deal with, and it gets awkward and you, like, laugh about it. It's not because I
say it rhymes with sore.
think it's funny. Oh, my gosh. It's making it hard because you keep trying to come up with stuff. Oh,
That's what my brain is.
It's, like, a serious thing. Yeah.
No, it is very serious.
I'm, like, nervous laughing. Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And she was having relations with her own brother, too. The very thought of you being contaminated by proximity of that filth... Claire... That's enough! Claire cried. Claire, you have a kind heart, but you cannot defend... Father, be silent! If you say another word about Lene, I will never forgive you! Claire pinned a deadly serious glare on Dole Whip, who was speechless.
It's like an intense moment. Okay, we get it. Like his Dole Whip, okay.
Let's see here. It's true that Lene's actions were unforgivable, and this you are correct. But she had her own struggles, her own pain. She bit her lip so hard it bled. Lene melted guilt. She accepted her punishment. Please speak no more of it. I still think her dear to me. Despite Lene's betrayal, Claire sympathized with her. Her affections were not easily won, but once they were, they proved indelible. I loved her for this. Aristocrats are born to rule. Dole shot back icily. Kindness, personal sentiment. Those are impediments of your obligation. I am not being sentimental! Then why defend a servant who betrayed you? What would you think would happen if another aristocrat heard you speak this way? That! Claire trailed off. They were speaking from two completely different points of view. Claire spoke from the heart, about emotion, that humans need to live. which couldn't be explained by logic alone. Conversely, Dole was purely analytical. He knew that unceasing calculations of profit and loss were what meant to be a nobility. Claire, I pray you do not disappoint me. She didn't answer. We respond? Nothing. Claire, yes. Her voice was quiet and defeated. The thought of saying something but stopped myself. I could say nothing to slave her wounds, because it wasn't Dole's words that hurt her. Yeah, but the realization that she was a poor example of an aristocrat. Claire was clever. I knew if she applied herself, she could refute her father any number of ways. What would come of that? She's an aristocrat who had only ever been an aristocrat, would be arguing against an aristocratic logic. For now, I did better to mark my anguish by observing it than making my own comments, so I would not speak. But one day, I would affirm Claire in everything she stood for, a true affirmation, not platitudes or empty compliments meant to make her feel better. In order to do that, I chose to remain silent for now, but at the very least. Claire glanced over at me briefly. I was holding her hand in that way that Dole couldn't see. Aww. I squeezed it gently, and she squeezed back harder. Her hand was warm. I hoped I was conveying warmth to her, too. We couldn't say it out loud, but I wanted to believe there was something between us that we could both understand without words.
Aww.
In the evening, by the time we arrived to the Francois Villa, this is amazing. It really is. It's, let's see. It's quite small compared to our residence in the capital, though, isn't it? The villa lit by the evening sun was so massive you could scarcely believe it was owned by an individual. Misha and I let out a gasp of amazement when we saw it, but Claire didn't seem impressed in the least.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to rest first. The head maid will take care of everything. Yes, sir. Dole must have been tired from the long trip, for he retired to his room. Miss Claire, you should rest in your own room, too. Oh, never mind. I thought that was right. It was Misha. Or is that a maid? I have no idea. Whatever. Miss Claire, you should rest in your own room, too. Ray will carry your things. I can carry them myself. In other words, you want to spend more time with me, Miss Claire? I think it's the perfect time. I took the opportunity to tease her. However, she didn't react. I expect her to reject me immediately, but she showed no sign of lashing out. Claire had a complacent look on her face, and suddenly, I didn't know what to do. I'll be leaving then. Goodbye, Miss Claire. Goodbye, Ray. Misha said and left for her parents' house, maybe because she sensed the awkward air in the room. Ray, stop dawdling and pick up the luggage. Yes. The villa had its own staff of servants help out, so the luggage was stored quickly. I think it took about 20 minutes, during which Claire waited without a single complaint, watching it as if in a daze. Sorry for making you wait, Miss Claire. Let's go to your room, I prompted, picking up her things. Yes, she obeyed meekly. What was wrong? Claire's room was decorated in a typical aristocratic fashion, with perfect coordinated interior decorating, despite its tidy arrangement. It wasn't a very welcoming room. That's not great. I observed Claire as I put away her things. Miss Claire, what is it? Where should I put these clothes? Just hang them wherever in the walk-in closet or whatever. Miss Claire, what is it? Where should I put these undergarments? Just put them wherever in that dresser. What are you doing? Ray? Claire changed tack mid-sentence. When she saw me holding up each of her undergarments to check the shape, I just thought that as your maid, I should know everything there is to know about you, Miss Claire. No. Claire started to puff in outrage, but then suddenly stopped and forced a smile. You're teasing me to try and make me feel better, aren't you? Ha! No, this is me just being horny.
Okay, then.
I cannot. I cannot.
The fact that you took your glasses off.
This is serious. I know I was calling him Dole a bunch of times, but come on. You could just tell me I'm right. Claire sat heavily on the bed as if she was exhausted from it all. I suppose I am a bit melancholy. I took pride in being an aristocrat, but now at times it feels a bit painful. I didn't say anything. Well, yeah, her dad basically just said, you're not what an aristocrat is, right? And what is Claire? She is what she holds true to her, which is her status. And for him to be like, you're too soft, this isn't how it should be, you should be mad at Lene or think she's disgusting. And Claire's like, I'm not like that. I didn't say anything. I realized this was the first time she'd confided in me. I understand what my father was saying. Casting Lene aside was the obvious choice in my position, but she was like an older sister to me. Even after everything, I can't bring myself to hate her. Claire let a sigh. It's depressing to think that I have no
I have to spend my entire vacation with my father around. She stopped talking suddenly, as if realizing I was listening, and I forced another smile. Well, this has nothing to do with you, Ray. I'm sorry, forget it. Miss Claire, I said, interrupting her, would you like to come to my house?
Ray has a house?
Oh, your house. My parents are peasants, so we can't give you the welcome you deserve, but I'd like that. Huh? I want to visit your house. I'm quite curious to see what manner of home environment produced such a strange creature as you.
That was harsh.
Oh, yeah, that was
It's just
harsh.
a normal peasant house, though. That's fine. The food is ordinary. It's good to have some plain food now and then.
There's nothing to do there.
You'll be there, won't you? It's settled. When shall we go? How about tomorrow? Understood.
Oh,
I hadn't
she's going
expected her to
house.
be this eager to visit my home. I wonder what had struck the chord in her. Oh, Miss Claire, do you have a swimsuit? Of course, why? I live right by the sea, so I thought we'd go swimming. I proposed. But Claire looked at me with a bitter face. I'm not very fond of the sea.
Oh?
I'd forgotten Claire couldn't swim. I can teach you how to swim. Who said I couldn't swim? So you can? Claire turned away in a huff. She was such a darling girl. In that case, I'll teach you the A to Z of swimming. And all the letters in between, I said. That's not how the saying goes. You're so spoiled. Me? What have I done wrong? By the way, Miss Claire, please watch out for my mother.
Oh?
Huh?
Watch out for my mother?
She's, well, you know. I know what? She's more shameless than I.
She's more shameless. Is this our ending point here?
Yeah.
Okay.
More than you. Claire looked taken back. Maybe I shouldn't visit then. It'll be fine. Of course it will be. After all, I'm the daughter of the Francois family. No one would dare. It's precisely because people like you are my mother's favorite, Miss Claire. Then how can you say I'll be fine? And that was how it came about that Claire visited my home.
Well, I guess the protagonist of the story of the game would have parents. I never thought about that.
I didn't either. Interesting, huh?
I always like do it. We're about this much.
Yeah.
gotta-
If you had to guess how far, is it like,
It's not even to
quite
the
a
middle
quarter.
yet.
It's
Not
not
even the
quite
middle
a quarter.
yet. Yeah, we got quite a ways to go till we get that.
I would say it's like a fifth.
A fifth of
maybe.
the way through this book.
Through volume 2.
Of this book.
Out of 5
Out of
of this
5.
massive book.
So yeah, a couple things. Dole, not surprised, but dang, like harsh words, especially for an aristocrat. I was like, I know he's like with his daughter and the servant and also Misha.
Yeah.
But to talk like that is absolutely disrespectful, in my opinion. I obviously don't know what it's like to grow up in that time period, but I find that's very disrespectful, especially when he called Lene what he called her.
Or in that like world. 'Cause
Yeah,
this is kind of
in
not,
that world.
I mean, it's based off of a time period, but it's not even that, right?
True.
It's like a world.
Right, in that world, right. Like, I get it, you're upset with Lene, but don't call her that, okay? That's just... Anyway, he's disgusting, but he's still gonna be called Dole Whip because it's fun for me. Yeah, and so it seems like they're gonna be away from the school for a while, so that's cool. So we're not gonna be seeing we're not gonna have the Rod voice for a while. Whatever shall we do? Misha gets the Rod voice.
So that said, if there's something that you want KB to say in the Rod voice, write it in the comments because we might not get it from the story this time.
Yeah, we might not for a while. Not for a while. I don't know when they're gonna return back there. So very curious about Ray's mom.
Yeah, me too.
Very curious, and if she's just as shameless as her, it's like, ooh. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. And also, I know that this arc is supposed to be more kind of like a little bit of drama, and I'm just wondering, like, are we gonna have any sort of weird things that don't make sense in the game to Ray again? Like, is there something happening and she's like, that's not what happened in the game?
Yeah,
Or not,
true.
right? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. So we have one more chapter after this one, and then we get to see jealousy. So that being said, does that mean the jealousy is gonna happen because Ray's mom is gonna be all over Claire? Or can it be a new character? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Me too.
I think it's great. I love coming up with funny names for characters. You know, and I don't want some Dole Whip now.
No, you want
We
Dole
haven't
Whip.
had Dole Whip in a very long time, though.
we haven't.
Yeah, it's really good. We've got the one that was the vanilla with the pineapple swirl. Oh my god, so good. The
They
vanilla
swirl
is so
the two
creamy.
flavors together.
It's delicious. Highly
Yeah.
recommend. Yeah, so I can't wait to get into more of this, though. It's always really fun just to see like what's happening after the anime. We are in uncharted waters.
Yes.
We are setting forth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and also, can we talk about Ray's very, in my opinion, not the right time to say things? And that was kind of, I was like, oh, I'm just...
What did she say?
Yeah, I said it though. I already said it.
Oh, looking at her undergarments.
Made her, yeah, she's just
examining
dot, dot,
them
dot. Yeah.
Because she's dot, dot, dot.
Thorny.
Oh my goodness. The story just goes there. It just does.
It does! It certainly does. Kind of interesting because you're just kind of like, wait, did she really just say that? She did just say that. God rises a cloud, which I appreciate, but at the same time, I'm like...
She just like, I mean, I think it's in her character to blurt out outlandish affection.
Yeah!
That's what I would call it.
Yeah.
Just like, out of nowhere. Yeah,
That's exactly what that's like.
That's true.
But it's been so fun!
Yeah!
It gets me to drink my water, that's good.
Oh, that's true.
You must stay hydrated.
Yeah. Anything you want to add before we wrap up?
Drink some more water, babe.
Okay.
I'm just excited to see more.
I'm like, what are you reaching for? The
I'm
book?
putting it back.
The water?
No, both? No. I'm just excited to see
Me?
where it's
Just
going to go.
kidding.
Yes. Yes! Always.
Aww.
What are you looking forward to? There's no Manadia for now, so we can't say Manadia.
Finding out when Manaria comes back. That's what I was gonna say.
Misses her that bad. She wants the Manadia voice.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I would say that I have like a morbid curiosity to find out what Ray's mom is like.
Dude.
If she's even more shameless than Ray.
Okay.
Like what her
So-
personality is. She's gonna be probably outlandish and affectionate
yes,
too.
okay, but she's gonna need a voice, right?
Uh.
So it's up to you all. Is she gonna get a high voice, a mid voice, or a low voice? Or is she gonna? Yeah, I don't know.
Can you give us some examples?
Well, she can't be this because this is Ray, right?
Yeah.
She could be higher, but that just sounds really ridiculous. I don't know. Or she get an accent. Oh, could she have an accent, maybe? Oh my gosh, I almost want to give her a Southie accent. Wouldn't that be funny?
I don't think she would have a Southie
It would make
accent.
no sense.
So if you're
But
wondering,
Red sounding like this makes no sense either. Sounds like an 80s character in an anime, man. Should I give her Rod's voice?
I think like maybe what's like a nurturing kind of voice. She's a mom.
She's gonna be a shameless mom.
A shameless
okay?
mom, but like she can have a nurturing sound.
We'll have to see. Maybe something like this. We'll see.
And it might be funny to hear like that kind of voice say really outlandish things.
That's true.
Like, aren't you just so amazing?
Aren't you just so amazing? My daughter's so lucky to have someone like you. Did you already check her underwear, Ray?
Oh. Oh no.
She's shameless!
Oh,
Wait, no, she's
no.
worse than Ray, though. Oh, Snapple.
Okay, I don't want to hear you come up with ideas that are more shameless than that.
No, I can't. That's
okay,
the problem.
you can't.
No,
I guess this story will come up with
She's
some
not really
for
Ray's
you.
mom, though.
That's true. She's the protagonist mom.
She's the protagonist mom.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can get her accent. We'll just have to see. I'll have to come up with some ideas.
Yeah.
But if any of you have some ideas, let me know. If you want the Rod
Yeah.
voice, listen. I can make that feminine, right? Right? She can also sound like an 80s character, right?
That would be really out there.
Yes, it would be.
Mm-hmm.
As it should be, though. It's make
Yeah.
it interesting.
I think you should explain really quickly before we wrap up what a Southie accent is. Because people might think
okay.
it's like a Southern accent.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. So,
know.
for those of you that do not know, I am from Boise, Massachusetts,
Uh-huh.
and some of us sound like me.
Uh-huh.
Some people up there don't have an accent at all, which is like, what the heck? How is that possible? And some of them have like more of a nasally sound, like they kind of sound like mafia people.
Yeah, like the old gangster
Like that,
movies.
hey, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse, something like
Yeah.
that. That's a Southie.
Mhm.
So if I ever say Southie, that's what I mean.
Mhm.
It's really nasally. But I can do nasally
People like it.
without doing this too. Yeah, a real quick story time. I'll never forget when I was in Boston with a friend of mine who was not from Boston, and we went to a sub shop. I think you probably heard this story.
Yes.
And there was this guy, and he was irate, and I'm a pickle fanatic. You can ask my wife. I love pickles. But this guy didn't have pickles in his sandwich. And I'm like standing behind him. And so he's like, hey, what is this? There's no pickles in my sub. What do I pay you for? This is absolutely disgusting. And I'm trying my best not to laugh because, I don't know where this guy's
They're
from.
being like real serious.
Yeah, but he
too.
sounds like
And
this.
he's
How can
irate.
you take his sounds? He's like, I paid for an Italian sub. Where are my damn pickles? I'm gonna tell my friends and family that you guys don't give pickles on Italian subs. Although, interesting factoid, down here in Florida, you have to ask for pickles in your sub and that blew my mind because usually you just get them.
So the accent, I think that is usually a bad guy accent.
It can be.
Okay.
Could it be a good
guy
guy
accent? So I think
that
we can save it for maybe a bad guy in the story if the opportunity comes up.
I know we like. I can't. I would give it a Dole, but he's such a. He doesn't deserve it.
No. Yeah, and he's like an aristocrat. That's not really an aristocrat kind of accent.
Nah, but he seems to be some shady dealings though, Mr. Shady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who says a bad guy can't? I mean, a good guy can't have the Southie accent.
Could.
Yeah, they could.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but in this kind of world, it's pretty unlikely. But
yeah,
hey,
that's true.
Yeah.
That's
anyway, so yes, if you want KB to say something in Prince Rod's voice, let us know in the comments.
Let's just make Prince Rod Ray's mom's voice.
Oh no, that cannot be Ray's mom's voice. I can't. Alright, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Yes!
If you enjoyed hanging out with us here and would like to chat in with us live, then you can join our YouTube channel membership where we do monthly live streams. Look forward to connecting with you again soon, and we will be sending so much love. Till next time.
Laters.